Hello and welcome students. In this module we are going to learn about the landforms of the earth, plateaus and plains. In the previous module we had learnt about the mountains and its types, and today we are going to learn about plateaus and plains. So let's begin with plateaus. Plateau is an elevated tract of comparatively flat or level land, usually having steep slopes falling on the margins abruptly to lower land, and a plateau is also known as a tableland. So let's draw and see. This is a plateau. It's much higher than the surrounding and it usually has steep slope and a flat top. So this is the reason it is known as a tableland. Let us proceed. There are two types of plateaus you have to learn, that is intermontane plateaus and volcanic plateaus. So this is a picture of a typical plateau. You can see it very clearly. It is having steep slope and a flat top, and it is much higher than the surrounding. So these plateaus have, rather the mountains and plains also and all the other landforms on the earth, they have formed as a result of diastrophism. Now what is diastrophism? That is a process of deformation of the earth's crust which involves folding and faulting. Diastrophism can be considered part of geotectonics. All processes that move, elevate or build up portions of earth crust comes under diastrophism. Now, diastrophism is a phenomena in which the earth surface is molded, cracks appear, part of it is uplifted, it comes down. So all the processes that takes place on the earth surface, and we can see the change, the visible change, then it is known as diastrophism. So the processes of folding, faulting and other phenomena, they come under diastrophism. Even it is associated with plate tectonics, that is movement of the oceanic and continental crust. All the highest plateaus of the world, they have formed as a result of diastrophism. So diastrophism is a very important process. It's a general process for the formation of major landforms on the earth. And as we are learning about plateaus, so this process is also responsible for the formation of plateaus. So two types of plateaus, we have already known the names, intermontane and volcanic. So let's start with the intermontane plateau. Highest and most extensive plateaus of the world. And what is the meaning of the word intermontane? The plateaus which are enclosed by mountains, mostly fold mountains. For example, Tibetan Plateau is the highest plateau in the world, and this is the picture of an intermontane plateau. You can see this is a plateau which is surrounded by mountains. This is a picture of the Tibetan Plateau. This is a plateau of Tibet, and in the north is Kunlun Mountains. You can see it's mentioned here, and to its south is Himalaya. So, plateau of Tibet is surrounded by Kunlun Mountains in the north and Himalayas in the south. So, it is an intermontane plateau. Another example is the plateau of Mexico or the Mexican plateau. It is again surrounded by several mountain ranges all along the western Cordilleras in North America. Now next in the list of types of plateau is volcanic plateau. They are formed by the solidification of successive sheets of lava. Now students, when a volcanic eruption occurs, a typical volcanic eruption, this is the pipe or the vent through which the magma comes out and settle on the earth's surface layer by layer. And when there is eruption known as a fissure eruption, where the lava comes out slowly and spread over a very large area, like this is the mouth of the volcano, and the lava comes and settle over a very large area, and it cools down. It takes long time to cool down. So it forms a structure of a plateau. It cools down and forms the structure of a plateau. Such plateaus are known as volcanic plateaus. Very good example is in our own country, that is Deccan Plateau and the Plateau of Columbia. See the lava, you can see this is fissure eruption where the volcano or the volcanic lava comes out very slowly and spread over a large area. It doesn't come out with a blast or eruption, rather it comes out slowly, gradually, and occupy a large area and then cool down layer by layer, means sheet upon another sheet of lava, and they cool down and solidify to form a volcanic plateau. Now, what are the significance of a plateau? Plateaus are rich in minerals, and so they can support mineral based industries. They are good for grazing and forestry, and people can rely on grazing and forestry for their occupation. Lava plateaus is a very good example in India, very good and rich in black soil, which is favorable for cultivation. Several plateaus are great attraction for tourists. So there are even plateaus which have scenic beauty and several resources that attract tourists from different places. Let us look at some pictures. So this is how forestry and animal grazing can be practiced in plateaus. Plateaus are storehouses of minerals because they are made up of old rocks. And yes, you can see the plateaus are also destination of tourist attraction. So this is how the plateaus are beneficial, or they are important for us. Now this is a map I have put up to show the important plateaus of the world. Plateaus are even denoted by the word highland. You will even find words like massive, meseta. These all are words that signify plateau.